Officer relieved of duties after beating man during arrest. Doctor celebrates Christmas with hundreds of Lindeners. Minibus driver and conductor charged for viral video antics. In the region, Argentina risks becoming next foreign waste dumping ground. And internationally, COP25 summit fails to address key carbon markets issues. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I am George Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. Linden-based Dr. Joseph Haynes has been giving back to his community for years. Over the weekend, he, along with hundreds of Lindeners, celebrated the beginning of the Christmas season with his annual Christmas tree light-up. Esther Sobers tells us more in this report.
Christmas came early for hundreds of Lindeners. Last Saturday, the community ushered in the Christmas season with gifts, cheers, and the traditional tree light-up. For the past 4 years, have the Toucan Mall in Amelia's ward for a mini concert. Following this, they met Santa, who brought presents to share with all.
It is always a pleasure to really wake up and give thanks. And I just want to caution the children that when mom and dad gives you a gift for the holiday, just be thankful for it, right? You promise? They may not have what you want sometimes, and so you just thank mom and dad for the love and the joy and for giving you that special gift.
Every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know that it is a blessing. Oh, when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to the hills. I'm blessed, so blessed.
The benevolent Dr. Joseph Haynes and family has been giving back to the community every Christmas season. Every year, the festivities have grown bigger. This year, children received toys and adults won several prizes, including cash, wheelchair, and a plasma flat-screen television.
The love for people, to see the children who are maybe less fortunate, that may not be able to get a gift, be pleased with something that can make a difference in their lives, and to give back to the people who would have supported us and who may not even supported us. Because this is where we're from, and we love where we are, where we're from, and we love to see people happy.
I find joy in giving back to the kids, especially when they're happy, and the old folks, I like to give out gifts to them to make them feel comfortable, because I realize in some household you may not have a bar of chocolate or you may not have a can of biscuit. So I feel joy in giving out to the older folks, especially the women.
The children were delighted to receive their Christmas presents as they sang songs and cheered as the Christmas tree was lit. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. A police investigation into a video that went viral on social media last month has resulted in the arrest of a minibus driver and a conductor. Police began an investigation into a viral video of a minibus driver and conductor displaying reckless behavior on the road. The investigation led to the arrest of the driver, 28-year-old Trevin Bob Semple of 101 South Better Hope, East Coast Demerara, and conductor, the 27-year-old Jermaine Waldron of Haslington, East Coast Demerara. According to police, the incident occurred on the Strathspey Embankment, East Coast Demerara, on Friday, November the 15th, 2019. As a result, Bob Semple was charged with having an illegally tinted motor vehicle, untidy driver, failure to have control of motor vehicle, breach of condition of road service license, and dangerous driving. He pleaded not guilty to all of the charges and was placed on $100,000 bail. Additionally, his driver's license has been suspended until the determination of the cases, which are postponed to March 19, 2020. While Waldron, the conductor, pleaded guilty to conduct of conductor, for which he was fined $7,500, failure to ensure passengers' safety, for which he was fined $25,000, and untidy conductor, for which he was fined $7,500. In another viral video, a plainclothes officer of the Guyana police force was seen beating a man in the face with a pair of handcuffs at the city wharf. According to a division commander, that officer has been temporarily relieved of duties. Esther Sobers has that story.
After the video of a police officer who was seen using his handcuffs to beat a man during an arrest went viral, the police officer in question has been relieved of his duties. On December 5th, a video went viral on social media with police officer in question attempting to aid his colleague in arresting 32-year-old Quincy Little. Little was accused of stealing a snapper from another vendor, and the police visited him 2 hours after the simple larceny report was made, requesting that he accompany them to Rumville Police Station. According to reports, the police commander of Region 4 Subdivision A, Commander Edgar Thomas, explained that investigations are ongoing and are being spearheaded by the Office of Professional Responsibilities. Until the end of the investigation, the officer has been tasked with other duties and is not allowed to deal with matters of the public. The officer further noted that once the OPR makes its recommendation after its investigation, he will abide by it. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
A 57-year-old hire car driver of Rossville, Roxanne Burnham Gardens, Georgetown, was arrested with over 2.7 kilograms of marijuana. Shortly before 8 p.m. on Saturday, December the 14th, ranks on duty at the Berbice River Bridge checkpoint intercepted the Georgetown-bound hire car and conducted a search. Concealed under the bonnet of the car was 6 parcels of suspected cannabis. The man has since been taken into custody and is assisting with the investigation. Coming up after the break, we have your regional and international news.
Francois chocolatier. It's a lip-really cake, teasing your taste buds. It's handmade, it's chocolate, it's true. It's healthy, organic, delicious, and nutritious. Have a taste of our chocolates, cakes, and much more in a variety of flavors like never before. Try our peppermint, walnut ginger, coconut rum cream, and pistachio. Only at Mason Chocolatier, 45 Garnet Street, Georgetown. And also indulge in our Saturday and Sunday breakfast, lunch, and afternoon tea only by reservations. Telephone 648-2619. Mason Francois Chocolatier, the best chocolates you ever have.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Season's greetings from Kisu's Furniture Store.
It's bigger, it's better, it's back. It's GTT's plus size Christmas promotion. Connect with your friends and loved ones with GTT services to benefit from our biggest ever Christmas bundle of specials and be one of our plus size winners. Visit our website or call 227-9444 for more information today.
Big bundles for you. Big bundles for you. Top up a grand, we make a winner out of you. We got a game show for you. Game show for you.
Yes! We must have open to the dog.
Yes!
Yes! Chicken the curry. And on Central 11, we gonna do it again when they come to the other.
Yeah! They can't hold me. Larry, it makes sense. Cynthia makes sense. Nikki Cosby, it makes sense. None of them make sense. We mash up the place.
Let me tell you something what happened. We made oil down with them. I know they get oil now, but we oil the tail down. Alright? We ain't make it at all. Alright?
Hey. Let's be video.
Alright, I in your video.
Right? We gotta force a line. When they pull up the car, they're coming for my
and you look, everything coming down, they don't clash with all you.
But this is we.
But here what? Clash now.
We watching it. We're in the country, so we gotta allow them. We gotta allow them. I'm gonna book my ticket now.
Yeah, me too. When I come there, I'm dealing with them, okay?
No, Larry, not me. I just said nothing bad. I just said nothing bad.
Just a trials 4 people video.
I just said nothing bad. It was just them, right?
Yes, real police, you know, you're real police, you know. You're bully, you know.
I like to bully you.
And you come and bully me, come.
Big body girl, them, hot body girl, them, cute body girl, them, how the yanks, they are pretty girl.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one Amazon tablet or smartwatch every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $1 million to spend in the store. Just imagine, $1 million to spend on clothing, footwear, watches, fragrances, handbags, luggage, and accessories. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. So shop now to win one tablet or smartwatch every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news from the region. Argentina could soon start importing rubbish, even though some say it is already struggling with waste. Environmentalists and people whose livelihood depends on recycling are worried about a new law brought in by former President Mauricio Macri. Al Jazeera's Teresa Bow reports.
Recycling has been for years the way these people have of making a living. Catalina Ledesma says she makes around $250 a month, and it helps her provide for her 4 children.
This helps. I have 4 kids, and with this I can feed them and buy clothes. I'm lucky enough to have my house, but this helps a lot.
These recyclers are known locally as cartoneros. There's about 150 of them in this cooperative in Buenos Aires.
Recycling centers like this one play a crucial role in Argentina's waste management system because it not only prevents plastic bottles like this one from ending in a sanitary landfill, but it also helps turn informal labor into a professional activity.
But these days, recyclers here are worried after the former government of Mauricio Macri signed a decree that NGOs say has turned waste into a commodity.
The government announced they will allow the import of trash, and this will hurt us because what we recycle here will lose value. If our buyers can get their products for a cheaper price, then we would be left without a job.
Argentina's constitution prohibits the import of foreign waste, but the former administration of Macri announced a decree that would allow the import of specific items that would be destined for national production. Macri's government said the decree was misinterpreted. But people here are not convinced, saying that countries like China ended up closing its borders to foreign waste for a reason.
Most of the waste you receive from outside is not recyclable, and it's not possible to get into the industry. It's a very low percentage of what comes from outside that it could be recycled. So what is really happening is you are going to be paid for taking garbage of other countries in your country.
The measure has been denounced by environmental and recycler organizations who are pushing the new administration of Alberto Fernández to suspend the decree.
This measure sets a precedent for other countries in Latin America that want to import waste, like Argentina. It's a bad example.
Many in Argentina say this country is already struggling with its own trash. And even though the government claims the system needs change, urban recyclers fear it will be at their expense. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.
And in international news, negotiators at the COP25 Global Climate Change Summit have failed to agree on how to regulate carbon markets after days of lengthy talks in the Spanish capital of Madrid. Poorer countries, say the United States, Australia, Saudi Arabia, and Brazil, were still insisting on supporting their fossil fuel industries. Al Jazeera's Nick Clark reports.
It was a relentless slog of endless negotiations, whole blocks of nations working at odds with the seemingly impossible goal of an agreement acceptable to all. And when accord came, it was nowhere near enough for many observers.
No, I'm not happy. I don't think anybody should be happy. When you look at the forces outside these halls, where people are on the streets, it was 8 million in September. You have impacts happening from Australia to Germany, and you have science that is becoming more compelling and more undeniable, and the things that they have predicted are actually more conservative than what we're seeing now. I think it's time for real action. We can't just rehash what we agreed to 5 years ago.
Shame on you! In the year of mass climate protests, it's not surprising that direct action found its way into the exhibition halls in Madrid, given the chasm that exists between what science says is required to be done and the snail's pace of progress from national delegations. The star of the climate movement homed in on the science.
And why is it so important to stay below 1.5 degrees? Because even at 1 degree, people are dying from the climate crisis. Because that is what the United Science calls for, to avoid destabilizing the climate, so that we have the best possible chance to avoid setting off irreversible chain reactions.
But Greta's words had no effect. A conference that should have ended at 6 p.m. on Friday wound on through the night into Saturday and on into Sunday. Sleep was a scarce commodity. But there was an impasse over Article 6, part of the text that deals with carbon markets. The poorer nations saying they were being cheated by the United States, Australia, Saudi and Brazil.
Belize, you have the floor.
This was the COP of ambition. We are not seeing the ambition. All the references to the science has gotten weaker. All reference to enhancing the NDCs have gone. It seems we prefer to look backward than looking forward. We need to address this issue.
For those who've been part of the global movement calling for action, this has been a big disappointment.
It is really disappointing to see that we had our hope built up, because our leaders kept on telling us that they were happy about our actions and the fact that we were creating awareness for climate change, and then we come here and we get the opposite of what they said. Is so disappointing.
The arguments here in Madrid have been relentless, and many are now questioning whether this multilateral approach is fit for purpose. So in 1 year's time, the crucial climate summit in Glasgow, where national commitments to cut emissions must match the science. Otherwise, many believe we face runaway climate change. Nick Clark, Al Jazeera, Madrid.
Here is your 3-day weather forecast. And that's it for this edition of Headline News Update. Tune in Tuesday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Also be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, or visit our website at headlinenewsguyana.com for more news. Until then, take care.